It's a beautiful day to you, our lovely and smart real estate investors, whether you're home or you're also in diaspora. I am Adejari, and I'm super delighted to welcome you to another insightful and, of course, educative session of Property Matters here on YouTube. In case you're coming across a video like this is Property Matters, and Property Matters is a YouTube real estate talk show where we expose you to all the fundamentals and everything you need to know about the real estate market. On Property Matters, we dissect. In fact, I usually say most times that Property Matters is a real estate surgical room where we dissect, where we explain the fundamentals of real estate investment. We talked about the way the real estate market works. We talked about expectation. We give you indices. And of course, we open you to the reality of the way the real estate market works. This is why you need to support us. And one of the ways you can support us, one of the ways you can, make us understand that you like what we're doing is to subscribe to this channel. You turn on the notification bell so that when I drop a video, a very important personality like you will obviously be the very first person to see it. So do also subscribe, and I'll be back immediately after this short commercial. Don't go nowhere. Stay tuned. All right, beautiful ladies and gentlemen, investors, whether you're abroad or in diaspora, of course, this is our waterfall. Come and see. We're going to have waterfall here that will splash water in front of Tiara. So also, we are doing our green areas. This is our garden. Can you see? As we started planting those beautiful flowers. You see. This is beautiful, right? So I want to quickly take you in for you to have an understanding of what is going on here, for you to see that the work here, the projection here is very massive. This place is going to be one of the most hottest investment location for a smart investor like me. This is Tiara. It's selling for 23 million all-inclusive package. Of course, with the initial deposit of 3 million, you can spread your payment for 30 days, 6 months, and 1 year. So this area is the development update. For my smart investor who want to give me a call. You don't want to miss out on this. Have a nice. You're welcome back. I'm super delighted to be on your screen today. It's a privilege and an honor to be for you to be hosting us today, and I want to say a very big thank you to everybody who is supporting Property Matters here on YouTube. And for those who want to support, of course, I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to everybody. Thank you for the support. Of course, from our records, we found out that people are still viewing our videos and they get to subscribe. Come on, encourage us now. Subscribe, hit the subscription button like ASAP, and of course turn on the notification bell so that when we drop a video, listen, the reason why you have to subscribe basically is that we have some powerful topics, powerful real estate investment terminologies and topics. We'll be exposing a lot of real estate ideas, and of course we'll be sharing the secrets of real estate investment, and more importantly, we're exposing as many manipulations as we can lay our hands on. So you see, we have wonderful topic coming your way, and one of the ways you will not miss out on these topics is to do what? Is to hit the subscription button, and please encourage your friends, your loved ones, your family. Of course, let them subscribe so that they can have access to all the important real estate topics that will be coming your way as we have powerfully packed them for your viewing. So today I'm going to be talking about the risk of an off-plan project. In case you're coming across a video like this before, I've talked about off-plan. I have episode 1, I did episode 2. I talked about everything you need to know about off-plan. In case you are seeing this, of course, on the comment section, I'll be sharing the YouTube, link of the videos that we did that was addressing off-plan. So on the comment section, you can just have access to it. You can check, and of course you can have more adequate information at your disposal. Okay, so I'll be sharing the YouTube link for some of the previous episode we've talked about off-plan, but today I'm going to be talking about the risk associated to off-plan investments. I'm going to be talking about the risk associated to off-plan investments. What actually, ignites this topic? Why the reason? Most of the reason why we decided to talk extensively of this, despite the fact that we have spoken extensively of the off-plan. We talked about off-plan. We have episode 1. We did series 2. We did series 3. We talked extensively, but the way the real estate market works is that every day there are a lot of discoveries, every day there are a lot of manipulations, every day there are a lot of new informations that we don't want them to pass you by. So one of the reasons why we review some of the topics we've done before basically is that we have been able to gather more discoveries, more informations, and these informations obviously will guide you in making a risk-free and of course a profitable real estate investment. So let's quickly go into the topic. Now, for some of you might be seeing this video for the first time. Now, when you understand that an off-plan project is a project that has not been completed, so what happens majorly in the off-plan is that some real estate developer opens investors to the option of paying and of course having their unit of apartment while they build. So in most cases, a lot of investors obviously see this as a great investment opportunity, and many of them see it as a way to do what, to turn over their money and make good cash flow. And so the thing is, in most cases, when some off-land project starts, it's some can say, okay, fine, let's say for instance a 3-bedroom fully detached bungalow can start at the rate of 30 million, and before its completion it can increase in value for as far as 50 million, as far as 70 million. When you look at the cases of what Evermark did at Awoyaya, I remember when they started that castle bungalow. As at that time, I of course I was part of those who promoted that project. And of course, I know one of my brothers who is in UK who bought that project for 25 million, and I think he got sold out for around 35. Of course, you see, of course, he made 10 million naira return on the investment. And of course, I heard that he's even going to even open the place for sale. And of course, it will not be on the same price. So one of the advantage of off-plan basically is that you can buy off-plan at the primitive stage, as a project at the level of when the project is about to start, and before the project is completed, you get return on investment. And that is why a whole lot of real estate investor invest heavily in off-plan. Some buy 1, 2, 3 units, and of course it's a good investment. But you see, one thing we do at Property Matters basically is that we just don't focus on the positive side. We also focus on the negative, so that we can give you a balanced analysis. So when you have a balanced analysis at your disposal, you'll be able to do your risk factor, calculate the things you stand to gain, and of course examine the risk factor. When you put these two indices together, we believe that it will help you to make a constructive and of course a profitable real estate investment decision. So today we are going to be talking about the disadvantage, the risk of off-plan projects in Lagos. So before I go further, do well to subscribe. You see, what we want to discuss today is powerful. We the waka. So sometimes when we go out, we see a lot of things. We make a lot of research. We speak with a lot of engineers. We do a lot of, in fact, sometimes we spend days on site. We spend weeks. Sometimes we don't even eat in the morning. We eat later at night, and it's because of the fact that we want people to have access to what undiluted real estate information. So sit well, sit relax, and I'll be back immediately after this short timeout. So live here, this is not New York, this is not London, this is Lagos, Nigeria, and this is where we have, check around, Amen Phase 3. Live here, we have a lot of people coming here to take advantage of this beautiful estate, and having a plot of your own is a very, very good investment here. This is part of the beautiful luxury that you are going to enjoy when you have your own plot of land here. So we have it in 300 square meter, we have it in 500 square meter. So for more information about this property, like what you see, right? Yeah, these are one of the massive advantage of owning your plot of land here. For more information, give me a call. All right, you're welcome back. So today I said I'm going to be explaining the risk that are attached to off-plan projects in Lagos, Nigeria. We did an extensive investigation and evaluation of some of the off-plan projects that have been on for quite some time. And from our observation, we discovered that a whole lot of real estate developers are having different kind of challenges, and of course these challenges raise from different policies that the Lagos state government and of course the federal government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria have enacted some policies that does not favor businesses, more importantly those who are majorly in the construction sector. So what exactly are the major hindrances? What are the risks attached to off-plan projects in Lagos, Nigeria? The very first risk that I shall be outlining today is what? Number one, escalating price of building materials. And this is one of the major problems that everybody are presently facing in Nigeria, not just real estate developer. But it is very, very, affecting the industry, the real estate industry, because of the fact that developers don't have, the ability to control the prices of materials, whether it is in the market or in different places in Lagos, Nigeria. Now, let's give an instance. A developer starts a building project for 25 million, and you, as the investor, you invested in within that price. And for you, you may even look at the option of doing a payment plan that is up to a year. Now, in 2 months later, after the project started, the prices of building material escalated, and of course, the developer, because there's a contract that is binding you and the developer, they don't have, the legal right to approach you to ask for more money. And this is why a whole lot of projects in the Nigerian real estate market have been abandoned. I know of different real estate companies that deliberately stopped different off-plan projects that they were doing, and this was due to the fact that they don't have control over the prices and over the increasing prices of what? Building materials. So in most cases, because the developers cannot approach you for more money, many of them are mostly tempted to compromise on the quality of delivery. Are you with me? In most cases, when you are doing a project for 25 million and 2 months later the prices has increased and everything that the developer is supposed to benefit from that project has been affected. And in most cases, I've seen instances whereby if several real estate companies have to cancel the project they are doing, and they have to refund a lot of people because the agreed price that started the project obviously could not complete it. So the prices of building materials is one of the reasons that have affected different real estate projects in Lagos, Nigeria, and this is a risk. A lot of people today does not understand that, and most times I usually advise real estate investor, if you have subscribed to a project, whether it's a building project or apartment, if you can afford to pay all your levies, all your money on time, so that they can deliver on time for you, so that there won't be stories that touch the heart, I will use my professional expertise to advise that try as much as you can, complete that project so that you can have your building as soon as possible. So the risk factor is that increasing prices of building materials can affect the development of an off-plan. The second factor that can also affect the off-plan, the risk number 2, is inability of the real estate developer to deliver all the infrastructures that they have promised investors. This obviously is a fact. I cannot discuss the risk associated to off-plan projects without outlining this. Most times when people advertise different property listings to you, they will tell you, we are building drainage, we are building swimming pool, we are building supermarket, we are building road, we are providing security, blah blah blah. They promise heaven and earth. Now, over time, several real estate developers have struggled to provide. In the scale of 1 to 10, I can tell you that it's only 4% of real estate companies that can start a building from the scratch and complete it to a level whereby people can comfortably inhabit that buildings. I can tell you, from the scale of 1 to 10, only 4% categories of real estate companies that can start a building from the scratch, do the road network, provide swimming pool, provide malls as they have promised, provide security, provide electricity, and the estate can become habitable within the space of 1 to 2 years. Now, what many people don't understand is that a whole lot of real estate companies ventured into the off-plan market simply because they felt that they can make a whole lot of money. So many people are into the off-plan market today because of what they stand to gain and not what they stand to offer. So, and that's why I was, when I was talking about one of my, of course, on my YouTube, in our comment section, I'm going to drop some YouTube links on some of the videos we've done addressing some of these things, so that you can have an idea of what we are extensively talking about. Having a total understanding and analysis of this thing will help you to understand the way the market works. So a whole lot of people ventured into it only because of the fact that it is profitable, not calculating all the costs. Dear real estate investors, whether you're at home or you're in diaspora, let me quickly let you people know that an off-plan project is capital intensive. A whole lot of people who didn't do their homework very well got stuck in the middle, and that's why today we have several off-plan projects across different parts of Lagos. So not all developers that can do road. In fact, when you look at the road infrastructure that leads to your property, if the road infrastructure are badly done, it will affect the worth of your property. So you need to understand that the developers of real estate and the developers of off-plan are of different categories. In fact, I can go as far as to mention that we have those who are masters, we have those who are beginners, and we have those who are learners. So there are some companies that falls under the categories of masters, there are some companies that fall under the categories of beginners, and there are companies that fall under the category of learners. And the truth is, you obviously can't tell who fall under masters, beginners, and learners until you do what we call a market analysis, checking their track record, checking. In fact, I usually advise by investors that before you buy from a company, you can go as far as checking their financial capability. To do road now in Lagos now, permit it to use this word, it's not rice and beans. You spend money to do swimming pool, you spend money. Even infrastructure like electricity, not everybody can afford to provide electricity. All these things are capital intensive. So if you are dealing with a developer that has not done this before, or a developer that does not understand how these things are done, there are some developers that don't understand that development are in phases. So these are some of the things you need to understand. So when a developer fails to provide the necessary infrastructures, it is risky to put your money in such projects. The final aspects and the final risk that is associated to off-plan projects is delayed allocation. Dear real estate investors, whether you're at home or you're in diaspora, I know you have seen beautiful 3D videos, you have seen lovely brochures, you've seen beautiful pictures, well animated, showing how beautiful the house is, how lovely the structures are, the way they did the car park. I know you love the way the kitchen cabinets are arranged. I know you love some of those things that you see. Those are the things that triggers your interest, and you fall in love with that structure and you want to buy. I know you love that. But you see, like they always say, Rome was never built in a day. And you need to understand that building are done in phases. I don't want to go into details. There's a phase of foundation, there's a phase of course there's a phase of sand filling, foundation, building, road infrastructure, electrification, painting, and the likes. So an off-plan project is not a project whereby you can buy and move in immediately, despite the fact that it's most times when the project is starting newly, it is always affordable and it always gives you the opportunity to spread your payments. But it is not a buy and move in. I've seen instances, in fact, in Lagos, whereby we experience different kind of delays. So if you're an investor who wants to buy a vacation house, or you want to buy a place where you will come in, if, let's say for instance you're not in Nigeria and you're looking forward to get a place whereby you can just buy and use it for like maybe a place where you can stay, and reside over the shortest period of time, an off-plan is not the best option for you. Off-plan projects are majorly for people, investors who can wait. To my greatest surprise, I checked some projects at Lekki Phase 1. They've been on that project for 3 years and it's not nearing completion. Off-plan project takes time. Despite the fact that they are, I've said it before, some people will go and do video of launching or do video of open house. Ask me how many people are staying there. So it is not, off-plan project takes time. So if you are looking forward to an investment that will give you money, if you are looking for an investment that you buy and you rent, off-plan is not the best. Go for already completed apartments. But if you are buying, buy from a reputable company that will deliver within that stipulated time given. Not everybody. In Nigeria, where prices are going up, in Nigeria whereby people are having issues, in Nigeria when we experience delay, in Nigeria whereby there is no regulation in the industry, and you now buy from anybody, you're on your own. And the painful thing basically is that off-plan, they are cost effective, they are always expensive. So whether it is any building of your type, what I do advise investors is that if you truly want your house and you cannot afford all those already built houses, why don't you buy your land? I'm not saying you should not buy off-plan, no. Of course, I recommend off-plan for people. If you say you want to buy off-plan today, you want to make good return of investment, we have some that have been tested, that have been trusted, that will deliver to this speculator, and we have some that I will not even endeavor to recommend. Now, an off-plan project, sometimes I've seen off-plan in this our Lagos that have taken 3 years and they are still building. I've seen off-plan that have taken 4. Some people are on their 5th year and they have still not delivered. So you need to understand that this project takes time, and if you can wait for it to be delivered. But in most cases, if you cannot wait, if you're looking for like, okay, in next year I want to come to Nigeria, I want to stay in my own house, I want to have my own apartment, my brothers and sisters, whether you're abroad or you're in the diaspora, buy your land and build it by yourself. If you have your own land today and you can make funds available, they can finish your house in 8 months, they can finish your house in 6 months, depending on the kind of house you want to build. But I can assure you that within the space of 1 year, you can buy your land, you can build your house and move in. But if it is up and your plan is more or less like a mass project, they are building several structures, they are building for several people. So the development sometimes take, in some cases, some investors will pay, will buy, they will not pay again, and it will affect those who have paid. These are some of the challenges that off-plan projects have. But apart from this, off-plan is profitable, off-plan is rewarding, off-plan is a good investment only if you are bought from the right company and the right developer. So this is where I'm going to draw the curtain of today's episode of Property Matters. I hope you found value. Of course, there's a lot that is coming your way, so do well to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and I will see you in my next video. Give us a thumbs like. Of course, I appreciate us by subscribing, and I'll see you. God bless you. Have a nice day.